So even though Keefe did, he said in his confession that Puffy he put a hit on Tupac and Suge for $1 million.
But
Yeah.
back then, yeah, you just
So even though Keefe admitted in his confession that Puffy put a hit on Tupac and shook for $1 million, back then, yeah, you just pull money out of your own pocket and give it to the guy and never report it? I won't did he just say that it seems like we're getting details about the unsolved case. Regarding Tupac's fatal shooting in Las Vegas in 1996, in a shocking turn of events, Dwayne Davis Gangster, better known as Keefe D. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. So after 27 years of waiting, the truth is finally coming to see the light when Keefe D., the man who has been vocal about his direct involvement in this crime over the years, finally gave the police the valuable intel on one of the suspects of this shooting, and apparently Keefe D. doesn't want to go down for Diddy's crime. So against the unspoken gangster code, he rapped the infamous music mogul out, revealing that Puffy offered him $1 million in cash for getting rid of Tupac. Your whole life is being turned upside down. When at this point, exactly PPD has been working with the police for decades, but even though this man claimed he was one of the few witnesses of Tupac's shooting that are still alive, apparently his testimony and confessions didn't help the case to be solved so far. However, once the police raided the gangster's house with a surprise warrant, more ugly details about how the whole shooting had been orchestrated were found. Now, Kiki D feels like the police have cornered him, especially considering the amount of exposing items discovered in his house. According to the warrant, police seized multiple items, including computers, storage devices, notes, photos, and other documentation. As one of the police officers said, Keefe D had no choice but finally spill the whole truth and share the previously unknown details of Tupac's demise. According to the police, KPD was facing a 25-year minimum mandatory sentence on another case that we had manufactured against him, solely to compel him rate in the murder investigation. Ions. KPD recently spoke about Tupac's murders himself, sitting down on a different podcast to blame Diddy for getting him involved in it. That appearance came after news broke that police found bullets at Kee's house and were testing them to see if they dated back to that fatal shooting. Now it appears that Diddy is freaking out after these revelations because his time as a free man has spiraled out of control. The timing couldn't be worse for the music mogul because apparently he made himself comfortable after paying many people in the past to cover all traces of his involvement in this crime. And although Dave's name was occasionally popping up in the connection of this tragic night, only 27 years after the shooting, the participants and witnesses of this cruel incident began to speak up. Now Hafidi is saying alibi. The hip-hop entrepreneur evidently calculated every step of this crime and made sure not one could tie him to his case. But as one of the police officers stated, they have enough evidence to ultimately break this case in 2023. This is just a case that took a long time to resolve, and I believe that it will have a huge impact not only in the hip-hop community, the African community, and the African American community, but also in the law enforcement community. Apparently, Keefe D withheld a lot of information throughout the investigation process, and after the warrant, it appears that the cobweb of lies only got him instead of the police, and he had no choice but to reveal his cards. The sensational claim that Diddy was responsible for hiring a crew to assassinate Tupac was revealed in a 2016 documentary directed by Greg Kading, a retired lap cop. Kane claimed that the fatal drive-by shooting of the rapper in Las Vegas in September 1996 was planned by Scene Comms, and that he even interviewed Keefe D to learn more about their $1 million deal. Taped police interviews between Kading and Keefe D also feature in the documentary, in which Davis claims Diddy spoke to him on occasion to discuss the possible elimination of Tupac, but a source close to the music mogul stated that these are very old claims that are completely false and are omitted. Dye is allegedly the main suspect in this incident, and with new evidence reaching the police, social media users believe he'll save his skin by fleeing the country. As one user commented, "Well, if Puffy leaves the country, we know there's involvement." And another user added, "Did he have to pay the price he took the legend away from us?" However, despite the recorded conversations between Katie and Keefe D, the police still didn't have any solid proof. Payment was made according to Keefe D for an amount of money, and they kind of just let it go at that point in time. Now Puffy has been aware that the FBI was watching him ever since that documentary came out, And it's not like it's the only mysterious demise that Diddy is allegedly involved. Into the rapper and record producer's rise to success was shadowed with legal troubles along the way, and apparently the recent search warrant in Keefe's house gave the police enough evidence to corner Keefe DA and pressure the man to finally spill the truth. And while Keefe doesn't want to end up in jail for soliciting in Tupac shooting police raids, guns being taken, people starting to turn informant and turning against you, he made a deal with the officers and now he tightly works with the justice system to help crack the unsolved case. Not only gang members, but ordinary people as well, are saying that Diddy's arrest can change the vibe in the industry, and probably is such a powerful and wealthy person can be incarcerated for his crimes. Other atrocious activities would surface as Keefe says the main reason of him revealing all the cards is that he regrets ever accepting Diddy's offer, because as a result he got no more in multiple problems with the police which have been going on for decades. If I wouldn't have never met him, I would have never been involved in this now. The main question is how the notorious music mogul is going to react to all of that, because apparently he believed that the truth was well hidden, and Kiwi would never testify against him because in this case, Diddy could make him another target. The music mogul has been terrorizing the streets since the dawn of time, and people already lost count to his numberless crimes. A bunch of celebrities often find themselves in trouble when they cross today's path to success. And as Keefe says, Tupac was one of them. However, with new evidence connecting the hip-hop mogul to this case, KPD is finally relieved because the consequences that investigation may bring are Diddy's problems and not his. Wish you luck on your case, brother. You'll see her now. Many fans have been waiting for decades for this arrest to be made, and it feels like Puffy is actually going to face the consequences of his past actions. And even though he often speaks about his power and influence, it's not like there are many people who support him in this situation. The legacy of Tupac is still strong. As one person commented, "I really hope Combs goes down. It's about time this poor excuse of a human being gets what he deserves. He is not untouchable." And another user added, "Yes, it's about time he goes down. He's been under the radar for quite some time. That guy is a criminal, and he's dangerous, and he needs to be locked under the jail." It seems like there's a person who believes in Diddy's innocence, and hopefully the police already has enough proof to put him in handcuffs. And what do you think about this, guys? Did he be able to pay off his freedom after more evidence comes up? Or will we finally see him wearing an orange jumpsuit? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. I'm curious to hear what you think. And in the meantime, check out my other films regarding this massive case. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. So even though Keefe admitted in his confession that Puffy put a hit on Tupac and shook for $1 million, back then, you just pull money out of your own pocket and give it to the guy and never report it? I won't. Did he just say that it seems like we're getting details about the unsolved case regarding Tupac's fatal shooting in Las Vegas in 1996? In a shocking turn of events, Dwayne Davis Gangster, better known as Keefe D. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. So after 27 years of waiting,